Pilot, prepare to take off.
Roger, Roger. Check the vector, Victor.
Vector. Check was that an airplane?
Yeah. Check the vector, Victor.
Leslie Nielsen.
Yes.
Great guy. Classic guy. I mean, he's...
Classic. It's funny. If you look at, like, old Leslie Nielsen, he was like a leading man.
Was he?
Yeah, like in, like, 70s and whatnot, like the suave.
Okay.
You know, before he made that turn into comedy.
Slapstick?
When you look at, like, some of the older stuff he did, when he was, like, a serious actor, he was the same exact... Like, his mannerisms were exactly the same.
Really? So what made him funny?
So it was just all of a sudden just juxtaposing that into a different scenario, which made him hilarious.
I like that guy.
Yeah.
But then again, they all started to sound the same. Like every one of them kind of had the same theme.
Yeah.
You know, they
were kind of like, they almost became predictable.
The writing on that had to have been phenomenal. Like, imagine the room, like the writers and
the
the
writers'
people.
room and like those comedies, it might have to be like
people lined up.
It's like gold.
It's
like gold.
Yeah.
And you can imagine like what gets thrown on the floor is probably just as priceless as what doesn't make it.
Yeah, that's good stuff. I mean, I'm telling you, you get crick in your neck.
No, I'm good.
Oh, you're good. Okay,
I'm good. I'm so good. So good. There ain't no song like this, but I figure I'll fake it till I figure one out.
Fake it till you figure it out. Good morning.
Hey!
Two Bros Podcast, episode 59.
Dot. I said the dot before you said
That's okay.
It's okay.
Dots sometimes come before.
Yes, they do. I swam the Mississippi River.
So Miles gave us you gave Miles a rundown this morning. I saw that.
Yeah. I figured it was.
And he responded very well. Yeah. Almost get Miles to say the dot.
Oh man, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Dot.
Probably
be his first word.
Probably.
Could be.
First word will be dot.
Indeed. A lot to talk about, as you mentioned. A few topics.
A few things. I watched the first the NCAA tournament.
Yes.
I just skim and check, but I watched my first game last night.
Really, like full game.
But full game.
Which what? Purdue?
It was the Purdue Virginia game. Oh my God, that's like can all sports be like that? Can all sports have all the moments in those games? You know, you had two dudes like just studding out, just like back and forth with each other. Had big moment after big moment after big moment. And, it was a great game. It's probably the best game. In my, like I said, I haven't watched.
You don't watch much of it, right?
But this seems like the best game of the tournament. I know that Duke game in which Duke almost spit the bit. A lot of people are saying was the best game of the tournament. But
I think I will say that this has been a great year, a great tournament.
Think so?
Yeah, because the competition is very well. After the first round, which the likes of my Seton Hall.
Yeah, you get the
Stephen St. John's. I think the Big East was way too overrated in this conference. They put them in just because they did.
Well, they were overmatched. In all of those games.
I mean,
Villanova almost did something, but
I mean, even that it just goes to show you it gets a little different when you play in the nation. When it becomes national basketball.
When it's the pool.
Yeah, I mean these kids are tough. I mean these guys are going. They're going out all out. It's been great to watch. The natural for me is the underdog. Anytime a low seed upsets it,
right.
I love that.
Right.
Just because some small school, anybody that can jump in there and play with the big dogs and punch them in the mouth. Again, we talked about this last time about the Zion Williamson show. Is I'm just done with it, and I kind of now want them to lose just because.
I'm not talking about it.
Yeah, it's just I get it. Like the favor, and I just want him to. I don't want anything bad to happen to the kid.
Right.
I think he's on to a great career and a great start. I mean, I know they're exploiting the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Until the next guy like this comes along. But what a fun ride it must be for him.
It must be a great ride for him, and for people who, like, sometimes you don't know what you're looking at. Like, you don't have a perspective on what you're seeing.
Okay.
Like how good is this kid?
Yeah.
Like, and sometimes you got to lean on people who've watched basketball for a long time, and a lot of the
Historians,
commentators
right,
and stuff like that, they get on it,
Yeah.
and whatnot. And a lot of them say that I don't think we're, I mean, he's over publicized and all that, and that comes with the territory. But a lot of them are saying we're not really appreciating how good this kid actually is.
Yeah.
Because of the
Hype.
overhype, and because it's hype, and
I
because
get it.
and because he's 20, and because he's how much you really want to jack off a kid,
Right.
And plus he's playing on a great team. He's next to R.J. Barrett, who is just as good.
Playing phenomenal. I mean,
Just as good. I mean, if I'm the Knicks, I'm picking R.J. Barrett first. I'm not picking Zion Williamson first because I think he fills more holes. Than Zion Williamson.
I would completely agree. Then again, I don't. Sorry about that. I'd flip flop on it. I'd go for the bank for the.
You go for Zion.
I mean, greatest market in the city. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like one
okay,
of those.
I got you.
I'd go for it because we can handle the publicity. New York New York is the right place for a kid like that if the right things happen. I mean, we keep saying that, and you had Melo, you had Stoudemire, an all-star, a guy that's gonna go right to the all-star. He's gonna be everything. He's gonna be every accolade, and I don't know if Fizz can handle him. Like, I don't know if Coach Fizdale, the Knicks coach, can handle that kind of caliber of player.
Well, you're gonna have to see.
Well, then again, he did coach Zach Randolph, who has kind of the same body. Like,
you have to figure it out.
We will.
I mean, I just think from a
fun time,
from a team perspective, I think R.J. Barrett is more NBA ready than Zion Williamson. Than Zion.
Interesting.
I think Zion can become a great player.
Yeah.
I think R.J. Barrett, I think he can step in that role a little bit easier.
Yeah.
I like his perimeter game better. I like his perimeter defense a little bit better.
I mean, no doubt.
He's that swing man. Yeah. He can take smaller guards. Yeah. He can take slower forwards. So he can play that in between game.
Interesting,
a little bit more.
Interesting perspective you have on it.
Zion Williamson, you got to stick him at the 4.
Just pound.
He's your 4. He's pound and take care of his athleticism. But hey, man, I just 1 or 2. When you're arguing about who's 1 or 2,
good problem to have.
It's a great deal
problem to have, and not an issue either way. No. Which goes, you wouldn't be sad.
They still do the lottery in the NBA, right?
Yes.
So you can still not get the number 1 pick.
I think so. That would be fucking.
That would be sad.
Yeah, ham sandwich,
like
man.
suicidal. That's
just be like, what the fuck happened?
Exactly. You just got
shit. I didn't get nothing.
You remember the days when like dudes get their number 1 pick and they got the jersey already? Remember when like the dude that the Busher had Patrick Ewing's jersey ready? What's his name? The guy that ran the Sixers at the time. He had Allen Iverson's jersey ready. He's like, got the number 1 pick. That's how I do it. That's it. Let's go. Come on. Let's not even go through this bullshit.
Don't even play this shit. I met a guy who, because of the shirt business, Stalls is one of the major vinyl suppliers that we use, and we hung out at the seminar, which is down in Atlantic City, ISS. Okay. We missed this year. It's the IS seminar down in Atlantic City, which is great, convention. You get to learn and see all the products and see everything. And we hung out with the guys because we do a significant number, and I'm thinking, these guys don't know who we are, this and that, and I'm going, yo, Chad and Mario, Street Equities, and they go, you guys are Street Equity? Hey, Phil, the guys are here, and it was like, whoa, okay, what's going on? These guys really stroking us like that, and then it's like, dude, are you staying the whole weekend? Are you, because it's a trade show down in Atlantic City. It sucks because it's not the weekend. It's during the middle of the week. So it's Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I hate it because I got to take off.
You got to take off. And
especially it's a hobby, so it should be on the weekend. I'm telling the guys every year, I'm like.
You'd like it to be on the weekend, yeah.
I would like it. I'm sure tons of people would like it to be on the weekend because it's a hobby business more than it is a real. I mean, most people, if you're doing it right, it is your business. You know what I'm saying? But for a lot of people in today's America, it's a side business.
Right.
And
side income.
It's income. Your, so I have a day job.
It's hustle money.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, it's my restaurant money and bar money. You know what I'm saying? But I say this to say is that the guy told us a story of similar to that about the NBA draft, and that he was the guy and he had all the names pressed out on the machine, and was like, and we're gonna pick, and he's like, hot off the press. He was like right on cue, and I was like, well, fuck it, press them all. Like, why would you do that? And he was like, I didn't want to waste it. I guess, but yeah, kudos to anybody that's in at that moment where you like got to pick and you
man,
you pull your name out of a hat and lottery and all that other stuff. It's fun. It's got to be fun, man.
I wonder how many of those jerseys get like every once in a while. Like if you see like a documentary about something in a poorer country, like a poorer African country.
Oh, they'll have the wrong.
They'll have the Buffalo Bills championship jersey.
Wait, they didn't
like
win.
That's right.
You go to Haiti and you see a bunch of guys running around with fucking
right.
Packers championship.
Right.
Like, wait a minute.
So we gotta do something with these shirts.
Somebody gotta do something with these shirts.
Sell
It's true.
for a nickel and a dollar at the.
It's true. I bid on a job that was a championship, and the criteria was to print both.
Mm-hmm.
The exact order twice. They paid you for both.
They paid you for it.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but they wanted a better rate because you're getting more volume. So you get 1,000. It's 1,000 shirts. So you got to do 2,000 shirts, and the price is based on 2,000 quantity, but 2 different plates and whatever else. But it's doable. I mean, if you want to play that game, man, you got to be in that arena, man, and do it. That's a tough business, man. But yeah. So, hey, man, lotteries are meant to be won.
There you go.
I don't think it's a sad operation to get any of them.
We'll print both. That's actually a good T-shirt. We'll print both. We'll lose winners, losers. We'll print both.
We say that all the time. We don't discriminate. However,
that's right. You're a winner, you're a loser. We'll print your T-shirt.
Well, my partner Mario says we don't discriminate. We'll print anything except Dallas Cowboys. Don't come here with a Dallas Cowboys shit.
What if it's like somebody pissing on a Dallas Cowboys star?
That he'll probably do.
He'll
probably do that. But he's like, yeah, man. I'm sorry, can't have it here. We don't. Machine's broke today. They're like, what?
Machine don't work in Texas.
Machine don't work, man. What's going on with you, man?
A lot of stuff.
Where do you want to start?
We can start anywhere you want, man. We just started with the NCAA tournament. Who do you think's going to the tournament?
I just think the basketball guys are pointing at Duke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they dodged a bullet. And that's it.
Yeah, I mean, the last 2 chances they had to be thwarted were thwarted.
Yeah.
Like that was it. Like that's the closest you're gonna get. I think the rest of the way they're gonna coast out. I could be wrong.
I mean, it's you're guessing. So
yeah, no, I'm guessing. But I had LSU to win, right?
Oh, okay.
So I had a $100 bet in my buddy, and he's like, "You sure?" And I'm like, "Dude," I said, I had LSU and North Carolina, the only 2.
Okay.
They're both fucking
and they're
lost.
both gone now.
So I'm calling the guy. He was like, I didn't fucking listen to you. He said, I didn't get this far and just listen to you, man. You have no fucking, you have no basketball smarts. You just, say what you say. And I was like, you're absolutely right. I was fucking, I like those uniforms.
I like those uniforms. What colors would look good together?
Right.
Those colors that would be awesome. What if they did? Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, and I know as much as the person that talks about them on the TV.
The game today is going to be a good game. Duke, Michigan State.
Yeah, man.
That's going to be a great game. Michigan State's always they're always a tournament ready team. Tom Izzo always has a tournament ready team, regardless of what they do in the Big Ten. They always seem like they struggled in the middle of the Big Ten, but they're always like tournament ready.
Yeah, they really. You always see the same guys' names in the in the big games, and hey man, it should be fun. It should be fun. It's down to the Final Four.
What did he do to some? Did he?
Izzo?
Wasn't he on some shit for like something he did to a kid? Or
I think he just like called them something like it was a slur or something.
I don't know.
I think it was. I didn't see the ad. I saw somebody else talking about it, and I was like, "What did he do?" And I went and did the same thing. I was like, "Oh man, what did he do?" I wonder. And he said it. He said, "That's just us. That's just how we play around." I think it was like, "Come on, nigga, get it."
Probably okay. All right. So he can't. Okay. All right.
It was something like that. It was something to the like boy or something that was almost derogative that someone else on the outside.
Somebody else thought it was a derogatory thing.
Yeah.
And apparently that kid went off in the
and did
semifinal game
and won
on Friday. I think. Yeah,
and blitzkrieged everybody like
right.
so it worked.
whatever
You know?
it was.
It's like when fucking Drago's this goes Zaza. Fucking guy knocks you out. Like, what did you say to him? What did you say to him? That motherfucker would do. And that mother, boom.
It worked.
It did. Works for most of us. Speaking of us.
Us? Yes, you saw it.
Ah, yes.
Did you like it? Let's start off with if you liked it or not. Let's start off if you like. We'll talk about like blah 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 blah. Did you like the movie?
I liked it until the end.
Okay.
Yep.
Understood.
I liked it until the fucking escalator.
Understood.
Just till I saw the escalator. Spoiler alert. You know.
Understood.
I liked it all the way up into that.
Understood. When I watched the movie, the first thing I said when we saw that first scene.
Yes.
And then we went to the and then we
It went to the time.
If you haven't seen the movie, don't watch this part.
Yeah.
And then so it
Tune away.
flips you forward to the adult version. I said to myself, how do we know who this one is?
Really?
I said that to myself. I said when you realized that she had seen her doppelganger, her other. The first thing I said to myself was, well, how do we don't know who she is. We don't know which one she is.
Which one stepped out?
Right.
And walked away.
Which one it is. So I had that in the back of my head. I don't want to say that I predicted that was happening. I just had that in the back of my head. Okay, so we don't know which person this is.
I was more interested in the guy the father, which was actually the guy who played Black Manta in Aquaman.
Oh, really?
And that he said he needed another beer and wanted to play whack-a-mole. You missed that part.
No, I didn't miss that part.
It wasn't anything meant. I mean, it was just funny. He was like, "I need another beer. I don't want to play whack-a-mole."
Whack-a-mole.
But
it gave me the impression that he was a shitty father.
Shitty dad. It
Right.
was just like, I mean, who plays whack-a-mole and let their daughter string?
Right,
off?
let the daughter. Right. Which, if you juxtapose that to the opposite of what he was,
The dad.
was that dad, the underneath dad, the other dad?
Huh.
Was that supposed to be a better dad or even a worse dad than? You know what I'm saying?
I don't. I'm lost.
Like it's a less developed version. The people underneath were like a less developed version of the people above.
Yeah.
You know, so if we've saying that the dad above was a shitty dad, so are we saying that the dad below was a better dad or even a shittier dad? Or am I just going too far into the wormhole?
I mean, listen, anything's possible when you even commit to this doppelganger theory.
Yeah.
You know, I've heard the word doppelganger more than I've cared to hear in my life. And I'm like, fucking doppelgangers. It's such a weird concept that I'm not a fan of. Like, I love The Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
I did not like the end. This magical man
You don't
in
like
the white
the,
room. I don't like the guy in a room.
You don't like the answer when there's an answer.
Yeah, I don't like the magical. Oh, this explains it all. That there's this whole thing going on.
Right.
You know, and no, it just didn't do it for me. I did enjoy the movie. Throughout, I thought it was very suspenseful. Mm-hmm. I thought it had all the boo, all the peekaboo. I liked this guy, the characters, the guy who played in Black Panther, the father.
Now, you liked him or you liked that character?
I liked his character.
I didn't like him.
I liked his character only because it was kind of like, you could tell he was forcing it, number one. We want to get crazy. We can get crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I liked his character. He was a putz. He was a big softy.
And it had to juxtapose against the other one who was right.
Beat you up.
Right.
I could have had. I could have thought of a million ways it could have been better. I guess that's why I'm not a director. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so to peek into comparing to Get Out, I was like completely like, man, you did a fucking. It was like it's like M. Night Shyamalan dropping an egg after after what's the other one we like the Haley Smith. I mean with the kid.
Oh, Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense. It's like the movie after Sixth Sense, whatever that was.
Right.
You're never gonna get.
He's never gonna get
that. Oh shit! That's how it ended. Oh wow. So I mean,
well, he seems to be big on creating worlds.
Yes.
Creating worlds in which the most horrific example exists, and that world is just as real as the world that we walk around on. So I think that's a big exemplification of what he does in Us, which a lot of people are like dissecting, like Us. Does Us mean U.S.? And like towards the end, we say, "Who are you? We're Americans."
Right.
You know, does that mean anything? I've heard somebody online say that this was a demonstration of a slave revolt. I thought he was trying to reach a little bit too much. Yep. Trying to make everything like black. She's supposed to be Harriet Tubman. It's okay. Just
underground railroad.
You know, which I guess I mean, you can interpret things a million different ways. You know, you can be postmodern in that regard and interpret things a million different ways. But I think from what I thought the movie was going to be about, I thought this was going to be about sort of like you running away from yourself, and sort of the thing that comes back to get you
is yourself.
Are those things, those unsettled things that you didn't deal with.
You
didn't deal with a certain amount of shit.
Right.
And so now there's a manifestation of that coming to destroy you. So you either have to destroy it, you either have to become that ugly thing that you're trying to run away from, or that ugly thing's going to destroy you. That's what I thought where we were going.
Yeah. I kind of, I would agree with you. I did have that embedded into what I was anticipating. I was really anticipating it be a mirror.
Yeah, like yourself. A mirror, like more of a psychological thing, and
it was like the Bizarro of your Superman.
Right.
You know, like
it threw me off when you saw the other family of the white couple that they had.
100%
threw me off. Like, oh,
they got them too.
Everybody is
right.
It does.
Everybody's got doubles, not just me.
Right.
And I you know.
You see it again. Will you see it again?
Yeah, I'd watch it, when it comes out, available. I wouldn't go pay for it.
You wouldn't pay for it to see it again?
No,
I think I would pay to see it again. I'm gonna see it again because now that you know the end, I think you want to go back and see if you can spot those. Can you spot any tells?
Yeah,
we
came home immediately and watched the YouTube explanations of the end.
Oh, okay.
So once we saw it, and we saw it obviously Regal here at the XPS Theater, which was amazing. The fucking sound was fucking phenomenal. Seats
some of that is great. It's like
I just love.
Like you think somebody's like sat next to you, but no, it's the movie.
Yeah, and fucking birds chirping behind you, and you hear people in the left and to the right. I really enjoy that. Again, I mean, I love to go back to the movies again. Like that makes it fun. $40-something doesn't make it fun,
just
but
the whole family?
No, just me and the wife went.
$40?
Yeah, because we went to they have levels of theaters. You could watch it in a regular theater, or you could watch it in the experience theater. So you can pay more for it. That's the
what's
the sound is better. The seats are better.
All right.
You can watch it in a regular seat if you want.
Oh, so they go that far. Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to watch it at you can take the $10 tickets.
Okay.
Or $12.50 or whatever else. I bought the $19 tickets.
Okay.
Because I want the fucking recliner.
The Mr. Water when it rains.
It doesn't. It's not a 4D. Yeah, but the seats do kind of give you a little. I mean, the bass is super. I mean, you're really engaged and really engulfed into it. That part I enjoyed of it, and it's got the little seats. The little school boy table that you can kind of.
Right. Which one?
Regal, right here, Limbrook.
In Limbrook, okay.
Limbrook. It's the new one
they
upbuilt.
Oh yeah, they had levels.
13
because they all. Yeah, because the one I went to, they all of the theaters are the same. Like that. All of them. It's just a matter of if it's going to be in 2D or
3D,
3D or something like that.
I don't like 3D.
Which I don't understand. No, I don't.
I don't like 3D.
It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I really don't enjoy it because it's
exactly,
and it's not really that much. 3. It's not that much interaction. I mean, it's just graphics. It's little particles and shit flying around. It doesn't really give you. I do like when the sound is right. Although this is assigned seating, and some asshole was sitting in my seat, right? Him and his girl. Okay, so now there were 2 extra seats over to the right, and actually only one of our seat was available, number 10, and it was supposed to be 9 and 10. We wound up sitting in 10 and 11.
Okay.
Okay. So I said, hey, and the guy goes, oh, kind of like Russell's, like he wants to get up, but he doesn't want to get up. So I said, all right, you know what? No problem. Long as the seat next to me is over. And I said, but if someone comes for this seat,
I got to get my seat back.
You got to go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Why don't you just get...
At that point, he should have just figured
Just get up.
Right. It's
Just
like the jig is up.
And get to your shit.
Right.
That's all. Just...
Now, we specifically booked this row and seat because we went there before by accident and found out this seat was great. These 9 and 10.
Okay.
I mean, it's the center.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's the last row.
Okay.
Okay. There's no one coming behind you. So the wall's behind you.
Okay.
No, and the aisle in front of you is passable. So you're
not moving around. So you just totally like when you set, you set. You sit there,
That's
you
it.
set. Okay.
Even if someone else is coming, they have enough room to walk by.
To get past. Okay.
Even if you're reclined, if your feet are out, it's great.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, babe, we're sitting in the last row again. She's, yep, okay, do it, book it, fandango. Here we go. And so when I see this guy sitting in my seat, I was kind of annoyed. I was like, dude, like what disappointed.
Did you have to move?
So the next person did come, and the guy goes, dude. And the guy goes, I know. And now you got to rustle in the previews. Previews over, the movie's starting. Like, dude, when the lights were on and you can see, that's the time to fucking get your right shit. But
now, where was his seat? Was he by himself or was somebody else?
It was him and a lady, and his seat was kind of further down, which was he made the mistake of booking too close, probably.
Okay,
he probably did because. If you don't know if you've ever sat in the front,
I have.
It's the worst fucking.
It is the worst seat.
It shouldn't even be a seat.
It shouldn't even exist.
It should be almost.
You should get it at a discount if you're gonna sit there. We're not gonna pay you full price because you just. I remember when
you can't even see the whole movie.
You can't. The first time I saw Dark Knight.
Ooh.
Was that, and it was just a horrible experience.
Right.
But I ended up seeing it again anyway. But still, the first time me and my wife saw Dark Knight,
which Batman was
this? Like that? Dark Knight. It was the Christian Bale second one.
Second one. Okay.
Right.
I think he played it very well.
Excellent. I thought he was great.
Yeah, I like.
So the movie you lukewarm.
Yeah. Oh no, I enjoy. Like I said, I enjoyed it up until the end. Until the plot unfolded, and then it was this huge underworld of, like because I'm looking at it from logistics. Okay, who built this place? How big is it? Who runs it? There's maintenance. There's lighting. There's who waxes the floors. Like there's too much. That escalator was amazing, by the way. Which in construction world, to build that escalator, that's like some shit.
Yeah.
Like that's like I'm like, oh, that's 53rd Street Station. That's what they did. They took it from there.
Once when she started going down.
Yeah,
I started asking myself, because me playing the little sleuth,
little detective.
Like, well, how the fuck does she know to me, that's when I'm starting to like things are starting to like this doesn't make sense.
Right.
This doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Like, how does she know to go down here?
Yeah.
And she seems to be very comfortable with like navigating her way through this fucking place. So it seems familiar, and then you figure out what's happening towards the end, and then you
Well, the part that got me, and again, if you guys haven't seen this, I'm sorry. The part that got me was that at no point was there any way to circumvent the barrier from up to down. It was just go that way.
If you could go, if you can get there, you can get
right.
there. Right.
So it lends itself to say, all this time, no fucker wandered upstairs.
Exactly. Yes.
Like
yes.
No one.
That was a question I had when I was leaving.
So I could have accepted if it was like a panel loose or something like
panel loose or a guard there that wasn't paying attention or some shit like that.
Something that would have gave it an escape way.
Right.
But for these fucking aimless fucking wanderers to just be doppelganging downstairs and recreating life and and just. It was like, oh, geez, there's an escalator here. I wonder where this would take us. And then, well, civilization, and we're inside of a funhouse. You know, that was just too. Yeah, logistics wise, and like, no, there's no fucking buildings, no sub basements allowed in the coastal region of. The logistics kick in, and I'm like,
I want to see these permits.
Yeah, right, right. Right.
Who approved this shit?
Right. No fucking tunnels down here. And they ain't that fucking clean if they were. If they were that tunnel, they would fucking sewer lines, you know what I'm saying? But overall, I'm excited to see what he has to offer with the Twilight Zone.
Yes.
And his new, you know, shout out to Jordan Peele for, you know, really taking on this.
Taking it on, man, just and creative and you know, different. And the fact that he's like casting, you know, like he's casting black people, but not making a big deal that he's casting black people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So black family, we didn't make any excuses. They got a summer home. Okay, they're probably doing well. None of this, like, you know, well, we came up from the hood and all, you know. Right.
Well, okay, I didn't even look at that.
Just a regular old family.
Schmegular family, yeah.
And guess what? They're black. They exist. They're around.
And had white friends that
had exactly.
And there were no.
We met at a jazz concert, and you know, none of that. You have friends. Jesus, you mean you're regular fucking people?
Yeah, really.
That I appreciate.
I like that. Okay. I'll go with that. I mean, I do appreciate that, and it's, you know, even just the, you know, erasing the lines which says they can't have this summer home and they can't,
exactly,
you know, and he bought a boat and
yes,
that's what I like. I like the dad. He was like a regular dad. He was like, hey,
a regular goofy dad. Yeah.
Kids were like, all right, dad, you know, and the daughter couldn't get off her fucking texting, and that girl, by the way, Shahidia, whatever, she's an alumni of. My daughter's dance group.
Oh, Asada? Asota?
Yeah, well, Bernice Johnson. They're all spin-offs of Bernice Johnson, which is her mom. I think was a Bernice Johnson alumni, and they were at the not my daughter, but her dance instructors. They were at the premiere for Family and Friends, and this girl's going off to do amazing things. She is the voice of Simba in the Lion King. Play in Broadway.
Okay.
So shout out to her. I'm probably butchering her name, but
nice.
She's doing wonderful things in the world of arts.
You notice at the end of the movie the look that the boy gave mom.
Yeah. So tell me, what'd you get from it?
Well, that he sort of
like you ain't my mom.
You know, because he seemed to have a little bit more insight than the others did.
He was a retard,
you know, because he's a goofy. Well, I wouldn't say he's retarded. I mean, come on,
being funny.
He's a little goofy. He's a little goofy. I mean, he understood how this kind of thing works. That's how he got to kill the other kid. Like he realized what was going on. That this kid will mimic me and stuff. So
make him walk back into the fire.
Yeah, make him walk back into the fire and stuff like that. But if you notice at the end of the movie, he was like he looked at her kind of.
Well, because he was the only one to have an experience with the other mother, and she grabbed him and took him.
Right.
So I'm sure there was.
He's like, well, wait a minute. One of these is a little bit more authentic than the other one.
Yeah, but I mean, listen,
but you know, who knows?
Yeah. Okay. So
who knows? But it's always those, and I just like those things. I like those little. I don't think you have to answer every single question.
True.
I think. What's the word? Ambiguity. I think when you do certain types of movies is actually your friend.
Okay.
The fact that you don't know everything is. I think it's great.
Yeah. I great. Me and my wife sat there. Did you sit to the end and hope there was something extra?
I did for a little bit. Yeah.
Until the lights came on.
Yeah, there was.
I was like, God,
lights came on. Oh, okay.
This ain't fucking Marvel here.
I saw it by myself. My wife wouldn't see it. No, she's a fraidy cat.
Yeah, she doesn't like peekaboo stuff.
She doesn't like any of those movies, any of those like scary movies that are coming out. Yeah. She won't go see. She says she's not going to see Pet Sematary with me, which is a shame. She's not going to see. I don't know if you saw the preview for that Spanish one. There's a horror movie about some Spanish Catholic family.
No.
I forget the name of it.
I did see the preview of Ma.
Yes,
which looks awesome.
Looks nice, doesn't it?
That looks pretty funky.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see Octavia
Spencer.
That
with me. Yes.
Yeah, I'm excited to see her play this role. Ain't nobody like a mile party, you know. Now that's creative. That's something that's like you haven't I don't remember this being told before. So, you know, this type of story where some random lady in town buys the booze and then says, "Hey, come hang out with us." So this is something that I'm interested in because
just a little take on something that's a little creative. On the flip side, I don't know if you saw the previews for some other movie that Issa Rae is in. in which her boss is a shitty person, and
Yeah.
somebody says, "Oh, I wish you were a kid," and then lo and behold, she becomes a kid.
Yeah.
And so it's the whole Freaky Friday.
Yeah.
The whole thing
Big.
all over again. Big. All over again.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I love Issa Rae. I love the work she does.
She's pretty talented.
Extremely talented,
Yeah.
and I like, I love seeing black people getting big money in movie roles,
Good roles, yeah.
and stuff like that. I just hate that. I would just love if we could be a little bit more creative
original.
and write our own stories
Yes.
and stuff like that.
Yes.
Maybe that's hard to do, but I don't know. I just
sure
don't
it's
like
hard.
seeing the repeat of
Yeah.
Because then you
Have to
what you end
compare
up
it.
doing is you end up comparing it, and then you make it the urban version of the other one.
Yeah.
White people don't do this,
Right.
and it becomes one of those. And
When that's the focal point of the actual, when that's the focal point of the
movie.
those are the taglines.
Right.
That comes. They did do it in Us at one point. You remember when he said it? He did do a racial part of it, and it was when the Heideki. What kind of white shit is this?
Oh, okay.
It was
okay.
only one time he did
okay.
the exploitation.
I got you. Yeah,
Heideki? Fuck, put a Heideki.
yeah. Dad could have used that bat a little bit better though.
Yeah,
He could have swung a little bit earlier and often. It just. I was in the theater with like 5 people. It was actually great.
Yeah,
It was just me and a couple. I was off and I took a matinee. We found a my brother-in-law, my wife's brother, got her a bunch of passes, and he was like one left, and I was able to use this one pass.
Sweet.
So it was great.
Oh, so it was gratis.
Yes.
Oh, even better.
And so the scene. Remember the scene when the daughter destroys one of those girls with the golf club?
Yes.
And and this one dude in the back said, "Man, her dad need to pay attention."
Right.
I just thought he could have used that bat a little bit.
Yeah,
you
but
could
I
have
think
swung
it
a
was
little bit,
intentional, like to show him that he, he's a big gentle
Yeah.
giant type of guy.
Yeah.
Can't, even though he wants to protect his family.
I'm curious where the police were. Because
said
they
were
called.
coming. Yeah, they called.
They said
them.
they were coming, and
Yeah.
they never showed up.
Well, I chalked that up to that the rest of the world was wreaking havoc when they showed the TV thing, right? That
okay,
The rest of the
okay,
town was
okay,
busy. It
okay.
was just they were popping up
Okay.
all over, and they turned on the news or something, and they was like, "Oh, this shit's going
Yeah.
on everywhere. It's not just here."
Now this is a good thing for, like, having a gun, because I think a gun solves
Kind
a
of-
lot of this.
Kind of wouldn't have been no movie.
Yeah, but no, it wouldn't have been.
Yeah, would've
See
been.
4 people standing in your driveway.
Oh, you
Excuse
wanna
me,
get
can I help
crazy?
you? Want to
Right.
get crazy? Click, click.
Yeah, I mean the minute.
Pow!
The minute he pushed the door in and like the guy took the battery.
Yeah.
That was like, oh
He's
shit.
like,
Advancement in a confrontation is way overrated, like underrated. Like if we you want, and you get closer and closer, it's like wait a minute, but that's pretty fucking hard to gauge, because you don't know how far the person's gonna get serious.
Right,
and you're
right.
like, wait a minute, hey, stop it.
there comes a point where, like, you have to be, now you got to be on 10.
Right.
Like, regardless of
Don't
what,
touch me.
regardless of whatever,
Don't touch me.
You don't want, right? Like, you don't
touch me.
You don't want to get into a fight,
Right.
and you want to avoid a fight. But at some point, you got to realize, okay, there's going to be a fight here, and the sooner you get to that,
Yeah.
probably the better.
Yeah. It's not like back in the days where it's I'm not gonna fight you. I'm not gonna fight you. Nigga, I hit you twice.
He hit you twice, so he's fighting.
He's fighting. You're not fighting. That's clear to him. And that's why he keeps hitting you. I ain't gonna fight you, man. I got asthma.
I saw a T-shirt that said, "I'll never hit a woman first."
I love it, a woman first. True. So true.
Yeah, but I think I'm gonna see it again.
Good.
Would I pay to see? Yeah, I'd pay it. Well, I didn't pay the first time.
See, that's why you'll go.
So
again.
now I'll.
That's
now
probably
it didn't come
why.
out of pocket. So I'll do it again. Props to Jordan Peele. Lovely movie. I saw people online talking about, yeah, people should get Oscars. I don't give a shit about whether
Come on,
somebody
who
gets. Who cares?
Who wants those? Those are great for your mantle. They're great for the
Right.
to shelves. They're great to sit on the wall. And if you want to be recognized by your peers and you feel that need, to need that. Great.
That's great.
That's great.
The thing is to go to the movie.
Right.
Go support the movie.
Support the movie.
Spend some money
right.
on the movie.
Sure.
And then that'll be more than anything.
What about
else.
the other goofy guy, his partner? What Key?
Key?
You think he's kind of salty, or you think
I think he's probably just doing other things.
he's riding the wave with it too?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if he's like a part of this production, like in some way. I mean, he could be. He could be one of the writers and stuff like that, or he could be.
You think he's in the back? I don't know. I didn't see any credit. Well, I watched because I was waiting for something else to happen, and I was kind of reading the credits, and I did not notice that name.
Well, who knows? I mean, you gotta.
Key. What's his name? Key.
Keegan Ivory Key. Keegan Ivory Key.
Really?
Keegan Key. I don't know.
Jordan Peele.
Keegan Key. Something like that.
They if they are gonna do any remakes, they might as well make the fucking Bert and Ernie movie, and those two guys be.
Ooh, that'd be awesome.
They could be Bert and Ernie. I mean,
that'd be awesome.
We have never seen Bert and Ernie in like action.
No, I don't think so. That'd be awesome. I'd drop some money.
No, I mean it could happen. Anytime you see, first of all, anytime you see Ernie or in full figure, like with sneakers and stuff, it's weird because they're puppets, you know.
Right.
You've only seen them, you know, top up.
Right, and you've accepted that they're puppets. So, like, you're not supposed to have legs and shit. You're not supposed like, wait a minute, now you're walking?
Like when they were doing butter and jelly.
Doing the pigeon, remember doing the pigeon?
Yep.
And then they actually had him on the thing, doing pigeon, doing pigeon. You're like, oh, this fucker can walk? It's
like... Oh, man. Those were funny guys. I don't think they ever got their real props. So.
No, it's great. And then everybody called them. They'd say they were gay.
Really?
I don't know. Somebody said some shit
stretch,
like that.
Yeah.
That's just...
because they live together.
I don't know. Just leave them alone. Leave them alone.
Leave
them alone, God damn it.
Although I did... Oh, there's a clip of Bert when it's... I think I posted this one time. There's a picture of, like when you're in the stall of a bathroom and that little line, and you see Bert looking in there like, "Hey, I'm in here." I guess I don't know why, but awesome. I don't know why they use Bert, but it's fucking like he's looking. But don't you hate that little fucking crack? And someone just like, "Are you in?" Yes,
keeps looking. Here. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Like one glance is enough.
Once you see color, then stop.
I mean, once you see motion or a foot or anything, you don't continue. Oh, is that you, Fred? Like,
yeah.
Oh, yes, it is.
Somebody. Yes. Why don't you just assume somebody's in here?
Right.
Why don't we just? It's not a reservation thing.
Oh man, it's crazy.
No, that's funny. I hope I can see that. Did you ever see the? I posted this a couple times. Somebody took clips of Bert and Ernie and set it to. MOP's Annie Up.
Oh, yeah. Yes, she did post that. So we talked about this yesterday. My buddy Baum was around. We were lamenting over a good friend of mine passed away. And I'll get into that a little bit later in the podcast. But we were just talking about, like, years ago, okay, I used to dub videos. I used to take cartoons and mix them with rap songs and stuff, and they were hilarious, and we made these tapes and whatever else. Now everyone's doing it. A lot of people, it's like a big thing now in the meme world. And I'm like, 30 years I did this ago. You know what I'm saying? And my friends are like, dude, do it again. I was like, now I look like the guy trying to catch up with I did it 30 years ago. I said, if we could find the old tapes, it'd be great. You know what I'm saying? But and got that fool.
Brownsville.
That is funny. Again, creativity is something that it's great when it's great, and it sucks when it sucks.
When you don't have it.
Yeah, when you just it's not good at it. It's like, come on, man. Like, we can be consumed. We can be consumed over several of this, but So my buddy Troy Jones, rest in peace, my friend.
Thank you, because in all your posts you never mentioned his name. I don't think you ever mentioned his name.
I did.
I was trying to find out this gentleman's name who passed away.
I did mention his name. My buddy Troy Jones passed away. Fought a long run with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma cancer. He's a gentleman who would never accept it. He went fishing last week. It's like he's just like not gonna let it beat him.
Yeah.
And checked himself out of the hospital. Was like, look, I want to die at home. You know, he knew he was going. Oddly enough, and sadly enough, I got a text from him a week ago, like, "Hey, come see me." And this fucker is.
So he knew this was it. He knew.
Yeah.
He knew that.
Oh yeah, I mean he was, but you know he's tired of fighting. But I don't think he was tired of fighting. I mean I think he would fight again if he woke up again. He would like, all right, one more round. You know, let's go. You know, I'm ready to fight again.
How old was he?
My age. So he's 40.
Okay.
He was 47. He just turned 47.
Wow.
And we co-hosted the ski trips and stuff over the years. Childhood friend. He grew up on 195 Snake Hill, so right up the block from your buddy Michael.
Okay.
Great guy, man. One of the good ones.
Rest well, brother.
Yeah, and his
family.
So he had no kids. He had a huge family of sisters and foster family. You know, he was a foster family. His family had a lot of foster kids, or what I remember of. And tons of brothers, tons of uncles, sisters, cousins, nephews. He has a great family support group and tons of people. So yeah, rest well, brother. The funeral was yesterday. I'll reserve my comments in private. There was a lot of
about the funeral.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this, and with all due respect to his family and his wife, you know, God bless. It was private, so. And he was a guy that was very well adorned and very well loved. So many people wanted to say goodbye. And it was private, it was quick, quaint, and very, you know.
Yeah.
When you want to celebrate someone's life, it's hard to do that in that small window that she wanted, which we had to be respectful for.
Absolutely.
She wanted a window that was not as big as the window of what he was. And so that challenge left a lot of people with ambiguous comments like, wait, what the fuck? You know, like, what are we talking about here? What just happened? I want to party with this guy, because he was a party guy. He was a promoter. He promoted parties. So we will be doing a tribute memorial party for him. That will be August 13th at Occasions. All are welcome. I'll post it. I'll repost it again. And we're really going to celebrate his life at that moment. We're going to really have a good time celebrating him. He was one of those guys. He was a funny, just an overall funny, jolly kid, guy that just, you know, he'd give you everybody says the same things all the time, like give you your shirt off your back, he'll do whatever you need, and probably, you know, he gave all the way to the end. I mean, I'm sure he gave it all the way to the end. My own demon I'm struggling with is he texted and said, "Hey, come see me." I, of course, was trying to make it convenient for myself. I was going to pick my daughter up at Seton Hall. He lives in Newark, so he's right by there. So I said, perfect. I'll pick my daughter up because it was end of spring break. I was going to pick her up, go see him, you know, whatever he had to say. And at that point, thinking, I visited this guy in the hospital on many occasions where it was like, hey, call everybody. This guy's go say goodbye, make your peace with him. And he, one eye open, he was like, yo, stop telling people I'm dead, man. And I'm like, what the fuck? You were dead, man. Doctors would be like, he was dead. This motherfucker ain't got no blood running through him. Like, we're pumping shit through him. So he's had a bunch of painstaking operations to surgeries to weird things, an oxygen mask, and you know he's fought the good fight. I mean, he's one that I would say fought the good fight, and you know, rest in peace, man. Sir Troy Jones, you are very well loved and missed. Mourn you till I join you.
Rest well.
Yeah, rest well. So other than that, I mean, you know, hopefully this party will be. We're gonna have a good time. It would be a party. I mean, it's what he wanted. It's what he would wanted. I mean, it's tough when you have relationships and differences of, you know, at some point, you know, the wife is entitled to her way of.
Well, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, you have to respect what the family wants. And that's.
But death is always selfish, right? It's always when it's the living want the dead to live longer. That's selfish, you know. Someone's suffering, you want them to hang around. Yeah. But you get to go live regular. That person stays in pain. Yeah. So the suffering is very selfish,
Yeah.
you know, and wanting someone to stick around longer. I think we said this a couple of podcasts ago. So we always have to just dial back and go, you know, put yourself in their shoes. And closure is something that, you know, you can't buy. You know,
Right.
it's like you would love to have closure. So I'm hoping all well done, closed, and the chapter, you know, move on, you know,
Right.
and find the strength and find peace and all of it. But very well loved young man. Moving right along, we have what are we gonna do about sorry to switch the subject, but if I don't do it now,
What are we going to do about what?
the college crisis.
What crisis is there in college?
So the payoffs.
Oh, okay.
So how is this gonna roll out, and what now? I mean, you have all types of entitlements and people of. I've seen class action suits being filed from kids saying, "Hey, you know what? I didn't get into this school. Now I know why."
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Well, colleges are in a fucked up spot because now they have to acknowledge that, number one, you have sort of allowed a pay-to-play scenario infiltrate your school when
Yeah.
you say it's about merit.
Right.
And then how far does that go?
Right.
You know, I mean, how far do we let set-asides and things go? I'm one of those people who I think I think there should be no guaranteed money in college. Like the guaranteed student loans and stuff like that.
Oh.
I don't think any of that should be in college because I think that opens it up to now all of a sudden college has got to fight for students. So now how do you fight for students? You just fight for students by dropping tuition. When you drop tuition, then all of a sudden, you know, more students who can afford to go to school, and you don't have a lot of this other bullshit that goes on with people
Okay.
paying X amount of dollars to actually be in a social gathering because
Right.
they're not, you know, they're not doing anything.
No, for sure. I didn't think of it like that.
I'm more of, you know, I really don't. I mean, if you can drop $500,000 and give it to an ACT prep dude to get your kid into a college or then yeah, to me that's not it's not worth it to change that for you. You know?
Yeah.
I'm more concerned with that kid who's got great grades,
Right.
but for whatever reason can't get themselves into
Sure.
a good school.
Oh no, 100%. I mean,
So what's in that way? So is this in the way of that? Okay, maybe we can say that this is getting in the way of that because now you're making it a little bit harder for that kid to
Yeah.
go to school.
I think it's terrible. Not barring away from the people that don't get in, you know, for whatever reasons. I do. You know, you can only go back and go, damn, man, what that one application? Like my daughter's application, she didn't get into a school she wanted to, and then one of those schools is named on the list of people that got special favoritism. I mean, what if that one spot was taken because, you know, you were bumped because someone else was paid for that seat? You know what I'm saying? And if that's not like if anyone can't do that, then it's not fair. Like if you said, oh, but if you paid $10,000, you're guaranteed a seat here at the school.
Yeah.
I'd rather it be that than to say, well, shit, I can't afford the premium seating. Like we talked about the movie theater. You can upcharge if that's for everyone, and I can go gather myself $10,000 to get this spot. Then I wouldn't be. Then this is not a thing. This thing doesn't exist. But the fact that it's no, you have to do it the right way, pay your application, but you know, and do this, and then a few board members will select your admission.
Well, the whole like set-asides and preferences have been a part of college admission for forever.
Since college,
You know, since college.
It was a college.
You know, I mean, I used to work for a dude who you know, made a nice, generous donation to the board of trustees at Syracuse University, and then all of a sudden, his son attends Syracuse University.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's always been a part of it. It's kind of shameful. I think the value of a college education is now is for the most part has to be in question because you look at what colleges are producing. You know, they're kind of producing like kids who don't know shit.
Duds.
And you know, we're treating somebody who graduates with a degree in African American studies as the same as somebody who graduates with a degree in mechanical engineering.
Yeah.
And to me, those things shouldn't be valued the same.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I like Larry's approach, which we talk about all the time. Is we need more technical and vocational.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. I mean, this because we've already clearly identified that studying, social studies, what I'm saying, and history has been proven, over and over that it didn't kind of go that way,
It's not going to get you. It's not going to get you a job that'll pay for that damn loan you got to take out.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no, learning about, the old dusty, ways of, modernization. I mean, where's all this futuristic stuff? Like, if you talk about AI moving in so fast, you talk about all the technology bridging. An average person that has more devices, and I'm not using a real statistic, I'm just what I know of friends of mine that have laptops, the best Macs, the new 10X phone with all this stuff. They can't do shit. They can't. You tell them, oh, do a spreadsheet with this. I don't know how to fucking do that. Oh, can you do graphics on the thing? Like we saw some comments, people, oh, cool background you put on the show, this and that. I don't know anyone that can do it. Like, I don't know people that know how to do the technical shit, and they have the same equipment. You could buy the computer, you could buy the widget, you can't buy competency. You know what I'm saying? People that just are afraid to try new things. And sorry, that ocean thing is always driving me crazy. No, I get this all the time, and the comment is always, that which you cannot do, you will pay for.
Yeah.
That which you can't do, you'll pay for.
You'll pay for it, right? You'll pay for somebody. You'll pay for somebody else to do
it,
which is a market in and of itself. But it also begs the question of, well, what is then the value of a college education?
Okay, that's what I mean. That's where I was going with it. Like where's the value in it? And there's no guarantee you're going to come out and participate in a Fortune 500 company or without.
What if? So let's take your daughter, for example, who's at Seton Hall. What if tomorrow she finds herself in a position where she could intern at
Elon Musk,
Elon Musk company, or A-Rod Corp?
Yeah,
that she could be an intern, just be a gopher for a year.
Yeah,
is that worth it? Not going to college?
Yep, sure is. Sure is, because anytime you can get close to someone in a realm that when you're 6 degrees of separation in between, and you can cut down those degrees,
and
you can be 2 steps away from the owner, or the 1 or 2 steps away from the boss or whatever else, you're in a privileged position, and you have the opportunity to, what'd you say, fight, flight, or fail, or you have
fight, flight, or freeze.
I mean, you have all of those things. You can learn, you can absorb, you can. Everybody I know at the high level in the hotel business or world that I'm in, they've all started at the bottom with me.
Yeah,
like I remember those days we used to be bus boys, and we were this and that, and then you just keep growing, and everywhere I've ever gone or ever interviewed for, they all said, and I tell them right front, I said, listen, you know what? They said, well, what's your weakness? I said, I don't have a college degree. And they tell me, that's not a weakness. Look at you, you got 20 years experience in that. So, but I make them say it. I don't say it.
Right.
I just turn it around, and they say, well, everybody's got a weakness. When I said, my only weakness is I don't have a piece of paper, a degree that tells me what I do.
That tells me what
I've accomplished.
Yeah.
But when you go look at my resume, you see beep, 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 beep. Wow, I'm impressed. Oh, look at all the stuff you've done. Indeed.
Wow, that is impressive.
It is impressive.
Oh, my goodness.
It's impressive that we've been talking that long.
We talk long all the time.
I know, but time is moving fast.
Time does move fast. It ain't stopping. Doesn't stop. It's only constant.
So you mentioned something about Jesse Smollett.
He's on the loose, man. He's coming for you. They let him out. It's a mistake. Oh, there he goes.
The gay Tupac has He
spun a web.
He spun a web.
Wow.
Wow.
They let him go. I was like, holy shit, when I saw that. It's like, and then he had this bullshit press conference.
Yeah.
Which he says, I'm gonna continue to speak my truth. But nigga, shut up.
Walk away, man.
Just go. Just go. Just say, hey, I want to thank the district attorney.
Right.
I'm hungry. I'm gonna go get something to eat.
I'm going to Subways.
I'm going
to Subways. Jared Jared
can have it.
Yeah. Fucking Jared from Subways is like, dude, I'm taking your job, man.
Oh man, I can't believe that they dismissed the charges.
Me neither. And I can't believe that they're now the egg on their face and they go back and say, well, you owe us $130,000 for the investigation. That's kind of bullshit, though.
It is kind of bullshit.
Because, you know, it's what if you didn't win? What if you won? Like, what if the investigation still like, that's par for the course. That's part of the job.
Right. That's cost of doing business.
Justice. Right. That's part of the services that you are entrusted to give the people.
Right.
You don't get a
refund if shit didn't go your way.
Because what happens to all the people that have been exonerated, that have been truly exonerated from criminals that have spent time in jail?
Right.
You don't give that money back.
Right. You don't give that money back. Exactly.
Right.
You don't get a check for this is this is your
cops that are wrongly accuse people and then they go to jail and they find non guilty. The police department does not refund that.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry. We had 130.
It's our bad.
And he even stated how many hours of overtime. He was like, "Oh, we incurred 23,000 hours of overtime. Multiply what?
I don't know how this. I don't know.
When'd you chalk that up?
What?
It's a shame. I mean, we're in business. I've always learned this, and 9/11 showed us this, and it's a little segue for this. But whenever it's that bad, and you actually are looking at the bottom of the barrel, things are bad. Things are bad when you start like, okay, when you get the pennies out of the
when you get the pennies out of the jar,
it's bad.
When you can see the bottom of the rice bowl, that's
it's something's wrong, something's bad. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, when things are good and you just keep dumping money in the box, you never see the bottom. You never see you don't start counting. You know, breaking the piggy bank open and like, shit, we gotta get the bottom.
Right.
You know, hitting rock bottom. So I'm saddened and disappointed.
I'm disappointed too
at that whole outcome of things. I mean, granted, he'll be on a lonely island. You know, I don't believe he'll get the work.
I think he's got a long haul because nobody's gonna want to touch him. Yeah. You know, I mean, as an actor, you know, I'm sure at some point somebody will come along and at some point you have to allow somebody the opportunity to redeem themselves.
Sure.
And so, yes, I do believe in that. Look, it went through whatever process it went through, and somebody decided that it wasn't worth pressing charges and going through with it. So whoever the fuck that was, I want to commit crimes over there because apparently you get off the shit.
Yeah.
So I said I put on Twitter. I said, look, I'm staging my shit in front of White Castle. So so that we can. Apparently nothing happens to you.
Well,
you know.
Well, the bigger part of that, I think I was talking to you? No, I was talking to my friend about this. The only thing that actually went wrong with all of this was that he called the cops instead of just, if you're gonna stage it, just like, you would have been better off like when we talked about taking this to social court.
Oh, okay.
He would have had a bigger outcome
if he'd have just
posted it.
Yeah. Why didn't you report it?
You know what? It's just fucked up. It's fucked up that these people even think like that. I'm just telling you that's what they did, and he would have gotten more press.
Yeah.
He would have got more people, you know, and just not going to mainstream media and just not calling 911. And you'd say, you know what, I'm the bigger guy. I didn't call the police. You know, me and some homies gonna take care of these guys. I think he would have gotten more press.
Probably would have.
And he would have been a real fucking hero.
He would have been on more talk shows.
He wouldn't got killed off the show.
You know. Huh. Now, what happens... Now, lo and behold, you know, karma has a funny way of revamping.
Oh, that bitch.
And so, who's to say that, hey, he visits a friend in, I don't know, Florida. They go out.
And they do
grab something to eat. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. And lo and behold, they run into a couple of redneck MAGA hat wearing people who decide that they want a taste of some chocolate. Beat the shit out of him, and then now he has to call again. Say, wait, this is who? Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry, this time is real. Sure. I bet you they had on MAGA hats too, huh?
Listen, no. Come on, say it again now. MAGA hats.
Wait, Jerry, who's we got on the phone? What's your name again?
Jussie Smollett.
And what happened?
I was outside the yoga shop and some dudes in MAGA hats and pitchforks beat up me and my friend.
Yeah, man, he's cried wolf. I mean, there's no redemption from this. There's very little redemption.
Piper's got to get paid. So I mean, and you know, I don't listen. I don't want to wish hateful stuff on people.
No.
But when you take it to the level that he took it, and then you still claim victimhood at the end when it's all over, when all of this stuff is over.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to continue to speak my truth and fight for.
Yeah. Shut his mic off.
Other people just. You so now you keep playing. So now you're doubling down on it, and it's not going to end well. You should have just said
slap in the face.
Thank you. I'm going to go back home to my family. I'm going to reevaluate my career.
I'm going to go to the studio. Blah, and can't wait to talk to my fans. Can't wait to
get to my fans. Can't wait to re-engage with what I love. You know,
do music and put out good quality stuff that I'm used to doing. Thank you. You know, come again.
But Jussie's coming to your town.
Jussie's coming.
So he's coming.
Oh man. Have you seen we can't not talk about the Honorable Donald Trump.
The president?
Yes. That guy.
Yes. What did he do now?
Did you see the last speech in Grand Rapids, Michigan?
No, I didn't. I heard there was some shenanigan shit.
Oh boy. This one takes the cake.
Yeah.
He cursed. He said,
"Did he really?
If they want to keep with that bullshit." I'm gonna play it in the clip. I'm gonna find the clip and I'm gonna play it in here, and I'll pause this part and play it again. He said bullshit. I don't ever remember hearing a president
when he was talking about the
no collusion,
the collusion thing. Okay,
and he just rattles on, and then he goes into Adam Schiff. And he says, "Little pencil neck Adam Schiff got the smallest neck I've ever seen." What kind of... Now we talked about like playing John F. Kennedy's speeches that are historic, can you imagine 20, 30 years from now playing this little Adam Schiff's pencil neck? And they said, that's the president talking. Like,
yeah, man.
This is crazy. Unless every president hereafter continues the rhetoric like this, and it's normal again.
Yeah.
And this becomes normal. So that's the fear. I mean, that's the danger here.
That this is going to become normal.
This is normal.
Like, no, you're right.
Like, who could top this guy?
Like, who could top this?
Like, Rory, what is his name? What's this guy? Beto?
Oh,
Rory?
Beto?
What do you think he's going to do?
Beto.
Oh, I think everyone should just have fun. And
would that not be interesting, though, to find somebody? Because one of the things that endeared a lot of people to Donald Trump is that when he was doing this thing when he was a Republican candidate, you know, everybody tried to take the high road and blah blah blah, and he continued to just say, "No, you're weak. No, you did it. That happened to you because you're weak." Yeah. So what happens in like the next round, and this happens again, and somebody says, "Nah, shut the fuck up."
Right.
Okay, don't interrupt me again. God damn it.
Right.
If that ends up being, and then you all of a sudden see the guy who's maybe he's more alpha than Donald Trump.
Oh, he's alpha.
Oh, he's. He's a little bit stronger.
Yeah, okay. Love the hair, Don. Mm-hmm. Love the hair, Don.
Yeah.
Good energy.
Don. Oh, Captain Coldova over there wants you to think that you're better off.
Right.
I mean, who's better off here? Nobody? No, you, maybe you. Well, you, because he paid you.
Right.
Because we know that.
He said, I have the best apartment. I have the best houses. I have the best hotels. These people, I went to the best schools. This guy is...
Everything's the best.
You cannot look at this with a straight face and go, this is, and I play, some of the people in the office, they always want to, so I played this speech over, and I said, this is American poetry here. This is like,
You can't mudsling on somebody that's made of mud. You can't. It doesn't matter.
It just adds to
shit on shit. It just adds to it. It doesn't matter. Say, hey, we found you with 4 hookers. Ooh. So there was 4? Right. Man, it must have been a weak night for me.
Weak night. Because I had 7.
I had like 9.
I nutted 7 times. Oh man, he is just steamrolling his way through. We've said it 100 times. He's the guy that he's. You thought it, I said it. Mm-hmm. That's with him. That's Trump.
Yes,
You're
he's going to say it.
thinking that I said it.
He's going to say it, and I think we have a decision to make. We have a decision to make on what we want our president to be. Do we want our president to be this type of guy? This, you know, everything's great, right? You know, regardless of if it's not great and stuff, and then know the reality of it. Or do we want a guy who's a little bit more stately? Do we want a guy a little bit more proper,
reserved,
a little bit more reserved, not so crazy on the Twitter game? And
I happen to think that we don't go back to beepers. We don't go backwards to. We don't.
That's an excellent statement.
You know what I'm saying?
We don't go back to beat. You're right.
We don't go backwards. We don't.
The cat is out of the bag, and this is we created this, so to speak. We kind of created this monster.
This is us.
So this is us. We should stop the podcast right there because we just hit full circle. Mark it. Full circle. Imagine a doppelganger Trump. So
they always said Dick Gregory always said there was two of them. There were.
Oh really?
Yeah. Dick Gregory went to his grave saying there were two Trumps.
Went to his grave.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I thought you meant Donald Trump's grave.
No, he went to his own grave. He died.
Saying that there's two.
Saying that there was always two Trumps, and the other guy. And so they asked him, where did they keep him? Like, where does he go? Like, where does he go downstairs? Is there a basement? So this is kind of
just injects one with vitamin B in the basement, and then let the other one go up and.
Up.
Hey, you're going to Michigan this weekend, right? All right.
And he said it was always the difference. Those, you know, when he wore the blue tie or the red tie. That was how you knew which one he was. That was like their code word of. Okay, we got the blue Trump.
How you know who?
Right.
About how you knew who's the real one.
Again, Dick Gregory was Baba. You know, he was very smart and very
smart and nutty.
And nutty at the same time, because when you stand back, you go wait. A woman could cut open a car with a butter knife. I mean, no, she can't, man.
That's right.
A scorned woman will take down a car with a butter knife.
You got it right. When Dick Gregory speaks, you have to you get into it and you get into the wait, what? Like you just say, whoa. What did you just say?
Right. I invented the smoothie.
That's the same thing with who's that? Rand Paul.
Yeah.
Rand Paul's another one. He says a bunch of things that make sense, and then all of a sudden he'll say something like, "But this is our predecessor to the race war."
Right.
And you're like, "Oh fuck!" You said what?
Damn.
God damn. So I gotta take the whole thing.
Right.
Shit, I don't know, man.
You don't get to partialize politics.
Right. You can't. I gotta take the whole dude. So.
Damn. Indeed. Oh man. But it how I would imagine that unless society has some sort of fluoride, they bump up the fluoride and we just become a little bit more docile in the future. There's no way to tone down what we will want. If you bring in this Beto Rory or whatever, it's like, come on, man. I think we would be, this guy sucks. In 48 hours we would be. We're so peptic, we want it. We want the action. We're so hocked up on the sauce that this fucking guy sucks.
I think, and maybe it's because we're older,
right?
But I think there's a generation of people who are similar to us. I don't want to speak for everybody, but I think
sure.
You're just tired. You're just tired of hearing bullshit.
Yeah,
you're tired of hearing rhetoric.
Yeah,
you're tired of hearing progressive. All this notion about what everybody else should do, what I should do. People want to hear the truth.
Yeah.
And unless it comes across as the truth, they're going to tout you for a bullshitter.
That's true.
And once your truth becomes once it turns out to be that you're kind of not living up to what you think the world should be like the world should play itself this way. Beto would love for you to believe that he's just this hardworking dude, roll up his sleeves. No, you're kind of the benefactor of a rich family.
Yeah.
So I would have more respect for you if you presented yourself that way.
I've been privileged. I've had this. I've had things, but I'm going to share the wealth
right, because now you sound like Che Guevara.
You're right. Yeah, true.
True.
You're right.
We forget that Che Guevara was the benefactor of rich families, and then he went on and did his thing, and everybody else should be, and killed a whole bunch of people in the process.
Yeah.
So,
he was the Brad Pitt's character in the fucking 12 Monkeys. He was
Yes.
he was the yes, change now,
Yes,
monkey,
yes.
monkey. That's Che Guevara. He was like, because he had the rich daddy and he had the means to do it, and all of a sudden it was like, oh, I'm the political change. I'm the voice of
I'm
change.
the guy,
I
right.
might as well fucking do it because you thought of it and it came into him as a weird dream, and so very interesting. Wow, lot going on. I mean that's just, I don't know who, but I can almost honestly see Donald Trump another 4 years.
And the crazier the Democrats sound is it's you're pretty much guaranteeing
that shit crazy.
You're pretty much guaranteeing that this dude's gonna win again in 2020. And it's not because and the sad part is that the reason why he won the first time is, unfortunately, a lot of people are going to say, well, this country's more racist than we thought it was.
Right.
Or this country's more misogynist than what we thought it was. Oh, it was. So no, you're not fucking listening.
Yeah, you missed the point.
There's a whole portion of this country who would rather say, you know what? Fuck it. I'm voting for him because at least he doesn't give me bullshit.
Right.
This one gives me bullshit, and I'm tired of bullshit. I'll sync with the truth, other than having to float with this bullshit again.
Because I'd rather be. Listen, we've all been places that we're just not accepted, right? This is just a fact.
Right.
You've been someplace and you go, I got money too, and you're just not wanted there. Why do you want to be there?
Exactly.
Once you find out that they're not catering to you, or your business is not really appreciated there, you don't stay there and go, I'm going
to make them serve me. No, you get up and leave.
Get the fuck out of here.
Don't spend your money there.
Right, exactly.
Why are we continuing to spend our money for somebody that just keeps giving us rhetorical bullshit
and feeding the banks? And this is a guy that knows how to play the bank game. He knows how to finagle and knows their tricks. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, no, I know what you did, China, China, we're coming for you, China.
He does get pimped out by world leaders, though.
Yes,
which I think, because I think he's in that world, he's kind of a guppy.
Well, strongman. Remember what Larry says: strongman or socialist, right? So he has to then side with someone else, and he's not going to side with a socialist. He'll side with another strongman. Which he's like, hey, you really got that button? You really? Can you really push those things?
Yeah.
Me too.
That's
me too. I got the codes. I can imagine him going to
Well, that's the scary part, because he sort of like the last time he met with Kim Jong Un.
Yeah. No deal.
There was not only was there no deal, but he also threw Otto Warmbier under the bus when the guy that North Korea held prisoner.
Yeah. Okay.
And so kind of threw him under the bus and says, well, he didn't really know too much about it and stuff. And it's like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
So you either fell for it or you're either lying to us. And I hope, I hope you're not lying to us. And if you fell for it, that means you're a little bit more of a sucker.
So he likes a strong man, huh?
Yeah. No, he likes those leaders. But fortunately, what it also does show is that we have a government that does not just simply let him do what he wants to do.
Yeah.
There are checks and balances. And checks and balances do work, and there are processes in place to which you kind of get checked on some of the shit that you want. And
there is some accountability.
There is accountability.
There is accountability. There is some accountability. There are people on the front lines of it and wishing and wanting and making sure, hey man, you just can't do this. And say, the only one thing I just look for is if that doesn't happen, then what? How do you move? How do you get past that after you've lost that fight, and and do you continue to keep fighting for the American people?
Yeah.
So
shit, man.
I know a bunch of it, loads of shit.
Baseball started. Thank God.
Yes. So how was your opening day? Did you guys win?
Opening day, yes. Yankees won.
Yankees
7-2.
won.
Opening day.
7-2.
Opening day was great.
Ooh.
Opening day was fantastic.
Who they play?
Baltimore Orioles. Looks like they're not going to be a good team, the Baltimore Orioles.
Really?
Yeah, it's not. Now, they beat the Yankees the second game on Saturday, but, that's baseball.
Huh.
But I think a record amount of home runs was hit on opening day.
Really?
Across the league.
Huh.
Yeah. This is going to be, if you're a baseball fan, this is going to be an exciting year. It's going to be an exciting year. It's always great when you have like the Yankees and Red Sox look like they're going to be top teams. It's always great when when that's the case.
When that's what you're looking
You know,
forward
that's
to.
that's like exciting, and it looks like the Mets are going to be pretty good too. So
I saw the Mets opener. Some of
so
it.
it's like, there's going to be a buzz.
Yeah.
And that's always good. It's always good to have this buzz. It's always good to have a buzz going on.
Sure.
I
like I like when teams come out with new looks, new uniforms, new colors, new.
You see the Jets' new uniform?
Yeah.
You like them?
I do like him. Yeah, I like anything that gets fans involved,
Get you excited
and
about
gets you
something.
excited.
Yeah.
and then you start the paraphernalia. Because my business goes up.
There you go.
So I like it for that purpose.
It sets yourself up though, because now you got to be worthy of new uniforms.
True.
After 8 games, if you're 2
Right.
and 6, it's like, okay, can we maybe let's go back to the old fucking uniforms. Maybe
Right.
we'll win a game. You're gonna hear that. You're gonna hear that.
I
talk.
know, but like even in the NCAA, I mean, watching, all these teams wear the throwback Boilermaker, the pants with the stripes, and
Okay.
they were wearing like some really funky uniforms that were like old
Old school type.
homage, stuff, which I like. I mean, I like it to be a show. It should be a show, and the fans. It's what they want. The fans want, gear. They want to be able to say, because the old school fan of, hey, I got my reliable Jets jersey.
Right,
I'll wear
right.
it when the game time comes on. All right, the thing is 10, 20 years old or whatever else. That doesn't allow me, if from a marketing standpoint, I can't make that customer buy a new one, I always want
Well, maybe
you,
not a New Jersey. Maybe there's other.
paraphernalia. I mean, I always want you as the seller of the product, I want you to be inspired by the new trends and stuff coming out. So we're seeing the trend now is a lot of ombre, which is melt patterns blending into each other. Like
Okay.
it's called ombre.
Thank you.
Yeah. So
I don't know what that was. So
Yeah,
I'm glad
yeah.
you explained that.
yeah. Which, by the way, Ralph Lauren did almost 10 years ago.
Really?
And he came out with it first, and it was like, I don't know about this. It's kind of like acid wash fading.
Okay.
So fading into one color, but we're seeing a lot of your teams have it. A lot of the baseball teams have it. You'll
Yeah.
notice it now. You'll see
Yeah.
like the uniforms light up here and it goes dark
Yeah.
all the way down, and a seamless, pixel rate, which is very hard to do.
Okay.
Very hard to do in the printing and graphic world. Unless you have digital printing. So I love that. I love the challenges and hey, it's off to a great season, man. I'm looking forward to a lot of fun stuff this summer. So you're thinking all the way, Red Sox, Yankees again?
All the way. It's going to be the Yankees.
Really?
All the way.
Nice.
I'm calling it.
Nice.
I'm calling it.
Nice.
Yankees begin the third dynasty.
Okay.
Begin my third dynasty.
And Yankees get anyone new? Who's newest to the Yankees?
Dude, James Paxton, who pitched the other day,
Okay.
is new. There's a guy named DJ LeMahieu, who plays third base. He played the other day. He's new.
How about our friend with the beers? He's coming back?
Friend with the beers.
Cece Sabathia.
Oh, yeah. See, why you say friend with the beers?
He drinks, doesn't he?
Oh, well, he did before he checked himself into rehab. So, like 2 years
Cece,
ago.
if you want to have a beer with us, man, it's totally okay. Should have did it off season. We would have had nothing to talk about, but you would have loved to have a beer with you.
No, yes, he's
I'm
coming
drinking.
back. And,
Okay.
yeah, other than that, everybody's...
Kind
Oh,
of-
and this guy named Adam Ottavino, who's a reliever. Who's actually played a couple... Pitched in the first 2 games. Really, really good.
Showing
it's
some
gonna be
promise.
a good team. It's going to be a good team.
And Boston is reigning champs,
Boston's reigning defending champs.
defending champs. They add any pieces? Or
No, they didn't.
Really?
They didn't.
Okay.
They didn't
Stuck
do a
with
lot of
what
adding.
works.
They stuck with their thing, and which is why I think they're not going to be as good. Because
Who's the main guy in Boston? Who's the guy that you would say is the Adam Judge? I mean, we say Yankees, you say
there are
Aaron
2
Judge.
guys. There's a guy named J.D. Martinez, who's an excellent hitter, but their franchise guy is a guy named Mookie Betts,
Ooh.
who's considered by many to be one of the best players in the game.
And what does he play? What position?
Plays right field.
Right
He's
field.
an outfielder. Small
Mookie
guy.
Betts.
Yeah, he actually won the MVP last year.
Really? Is he fast? Is he what's so dynamic about
He's
him?
a 5. He's what's called a 5-tool player.
Okay.
Which means you can hit for average, you can hit for power, you can field your position, you can defend your position, and you can run. So he's a 5 what's called a 5-tool.
a 5-tool.
Going to put up big numbers.
Huh.
He's versatile.
Mookie Betts.
He's small. When you look at him, he's small. He's only like 5'10", 5'11".
Oh, shit.
You know. But they're gonna have a good team. But I think it's one of those things where if you look at Boston last year,
Yeah.
like it was like almost like magic. Like everything like went right.
Went right, yeah.
Like, if the ball was supposed to bounce one way, it bounced that one way.
Stars were
for
lined
them.
up for them.
Everything was kind of like lined up for them.
Okay.
It's kind of hard to see that happening again, even though they have a tremendously talented team.
Wow. Any sleepers this year?
Sleepers.
Who's going to make it to the playoffs that we never
You might see the Minnesota Twins make a nice playoff push.
Okay.
They got a couple of nice players, a couple guys who are there again, a couple guys who are sort of like they had like the honeymoon's over, and so like now you need to be the dude that we expect you to be.
Got you. Paid you a lot of money.
Right.
Gave you everything you asked for. Got stadiums. Got all this other stuff.
I think in the National League, I don't think it'd be a sleeper, but I think the St. Louis Cardinals are gonna make a make a big run.
Okay.
They signed a big time free agent, a guy named Paul Goldschmidt, who's a stud player, and they have a guy on their squad called Marcell Ozuna, who didn't play well last year, and he was hurt mostly he had nagging injuries, and so it kind of tempered his performance. But towards the end of the year, like the last 6 weeks of the season, you saw how good he is and how dominant he could be. So if you say that he's going to be there for the whole season, that should be good. So I think so. Sleepers, Cardinals and Minnesota Twins. It's hard calling the Cardinals a sleeper, but they didn't make the playoffs last year. So.
Right, so that's what I mean. Like somebody that just you got their shit together and could look like they could do it this year. All right, cool. That's great. Like Texas Tech sleeper, pulled off something in the NCAA, so it should be interesting. What else? Did we cover everything today? Jesse Smollett on the loose.
He's on the loose, man. He's on the loose. I think I saw Jesse Smollett on the Long Island Railroad.
I think I saw him on the Long Island Railroad.
You still eating the Subway, man? He's going to Quiznos.
Quiznos. Is that still around?
I don't think so. I think they went out of business.
Oh, yeah, Quiznos. I did like Quiznos, though.
Did you really?
I did.
I had them once, and I was like, eh.
Me and Tom Danger used to go to Quiznos. We used to that was like our thing. Like it was,
yeah,
it was like great. It was like I don't know why. It was the bread was somehow fresher.
It's like you just made
and it didn't have that shitty box that Subway's has with all the shit all over the place. Like
it just looks nasty with this,
Yeah,
there's no way you can have a thing like that and look decent.
Quiznos was pretty clean. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe just the one we went to was. All right, man. Sounds like a done deal here.
Okay, we can do the done deal.
This egg
it's raining outside.
Broken. Is it?
Yeah.
I had some honeydew stuff to do. I need to put that light up outside, but not gonna fuck around with electricity in the rain. Nope, not gonna happen. Shout out to Phil Green, my level 1 partner, brother.
PG.
It is his birthday today.
Happy birthday, Phil.
Happy birthday, Phil. Celebrating the 2nd anniversary of his 32nd birthday. Oh, geez. And don't forget the Blue and White Affair. Tickets are now available. So we are at Resort Worlds with my man Dave from DMS Productions. It's Blue and White Affair with music by Tommy Allen and DJ Juan Kuhn. Performing R&B group Surface. Remember Surface?
Ooh! Get out of here. No.
That's not them?
No. That's Troop.
Oh, that's Troop. The fuck did Surface sing? I blew that one.
Darling, you make me happy.
Yes.
Happy.
Nice.
Come on, man. You keep telling me I'm not about the street.
They'll be there.
Wrong, man.
My man Will Trax will be there.
Will Trax.
Tracy Holt, the original Apollo model. Stephanie.
What does that mean, the original Apollo model?
I guess maybe she was the first.
The very first?
Yeah, what was it?
One
Kiki,
of the very first?
Or was it Kiki Vandeweghe or something like that?
Kiki Vandeweghe is a basketball player.
Yes.
But I know what you're talking about. Like there was a
girl that whatever.
Well, the Apollo's been around for a while. If she's the original Apollo model,
she might be old.
Very.
Doo-doo. And it's comic Marshall Brandon, hosted by MC Harold Maynard. Do not miss this. This is August 3rd at Resort Worlds Casino. Level 1 tickets are on sale. You get an early bird price at $35 if you buy them through us before June 30th. After that, it is $45, and at the door, forget about it. It was a great time last week. They have hand-rolled cigars at the this guy here. What's his name? TTG Cigars on the outdoor patio.
Okay.
The guy literally sits there rolling
Nice.
rolling fucking cigars, or you can bring your own if you have your own. And it's a nice little patio. I don't know if you've ever been Resort
No,
World.
I've never been to Resort World.
It's nice. It's a nice venue. You can hold a shitload of people. Tons of partying. There's a cash bar, fairly reasonable price drinks. So we'll be having a good time there. But a lot of things coming up. Spring is here. It is, not looking like spring today, but
Well, give it,
But
it time to settle in.
I think it'll happen really
Give
quickly.
it time
Like
to
it's
settle
gonna,
in. It's gonna be warm. I mean, it's warm. It's warm out. It's just
I love
raining.
it. I love it.
You know.
All right, party people, we're gonna get out of here. Remember, try to be a blessing to someone else.
Or fuck them. They don't deserve your effort.
And watch out for Jeffy. That's right. He's coming for you. Boom. Us. Do 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 do.